Hello guys and girls, and welcome to our playthrough of Ohio Richlands. This is a map located, obviously, in Ohio, with middle-sized to large-sized fields. Not massive, but Field 8 is the largest field, almost 24 hectares. And the smallest field is probably Field 8 or Field 52, with about 2 hectares. Starting off, we own Field 6, which is a pretty rectangular field, and Field 2, which is not at all in any shape. Both are filled with wheat and are ready to harvest. In terms of equipment that we start off with, we've got a small Massey Ferguson, a mid-sized John Deere, a Mack truck, a John Deere harvester, small-sized John Deere harvester that is, a New Holland skid steer loader, an old pickup truck, the back part of the Super B trailers, 7.6 meter header, a stone picker, disc harrow, direct drill seeder, a very small planter, a sprayer, small baler, car trailer, a weight, a header trailer, some skid steer loader tools and front loader tools for our front loader with our Massey Ferguson. In this playthrough, I will not be running Fieldstone, so I'll go ahead and turn that off. We'll have Fieldstone off, weeds on, periodic plowing off, and then crop destruction on. I am running Precision Farming DLC, so we will have to do lime to get the pH value correct, as well as spread fertilizer to get the correct amount of nitrogen in the soil to lead to the maximum yields we can get out of our fields. Starting off, of course, they're fully grown and I haven't been able to mess with them in terms of nitrogen and pH value, so the yield's probably not going to be near as what it could be. Let's just go ahead and see what it is. Oh, I suppose I should buy the soil information first. Let's do that. That'll be about 3,000. And that's about 4,000. Okay. So yes, yield potential 125,000. And we're only getting 88% yield out right now. So we've got plenty of room for improvement. Obviously, since I've turned off Fieldstone, I can go ahead and sell the rock picker, and since this planter is just so small, I'm not going to run it, which means I can sell the disc harrow because this seeder is a direct drill and does not require the disc harrow. As these fields are not necessarily small, I'm not going to want to run straw, especially not with this tiny little baler here for this first harvest, because I just do not have the infrastructure to support that. Now I will run real time on the time scale. Turn off the autosave interval. Just go ahead and save it now. Let's get this harvest rolling. Combine should be in here. Get it pulled out of the shed here. And get it lined up and ready to go. To turn off straw distribution before I forget. There we go. Straw swaths are disabled. Here's our mid-sized John Deere. Pretty good size for the equipment we've got. It's got the nice duals on the back. Which is pretty good. Pretty good looking, if I do say so myself. In terms of what crops we'll run, I tend to try and stay semi-realistic to the area, so because this is Ohio, I'm going to stay away from exotic crops such as sugarcane, olive, and grapes. because Ohio is not necessarily the most exotic of places. Typically staying with the grain crops like wheat, barley, canola, sorghum, oats, and soybeans, as well as corn, and sometimes we'll do sunflower, but not super common because it's not common around here in real life. This field is such a weird shape, I'm probably going to cut it into two different fields. The upper section up there and then the lower section down here. But first off, we just need to get some headlands cleared, which will make turning around much easier than it is now. One of the unique things about this map is all the different smaller farms we have located around the map. So here's our starting farm here, of course. And then here's another one right over there. And there's plenty more scattered throughout the map. There's one over there. Which will lead to the ability to have a bunch of smaller farms scattered throughout the map with smaller to medium-sized machinery instead of large machinery and massive machine sheds where it's all stored in a centralized location, which is a bit of a unique style for me, at least. I haven't really played that way with a bunch of groups or teams, if you will, of agricultural equipment scattered around. Should be interesting. We do start off with some animals. 80 head of cattle, 10 chickens, and a couple of horses. I'll sell the cattle shortly just because we're not going to have the ability to take care of them well for a long while, and depending on how many chickens we can fit in the coop we start with, I might sell them and I might increase the amount of chickens we have. Just because our wheat harvest here will be able to feed the chickens for quite a while, I imagine. So yeah, I'll get working on these headlands and probably time-lapse both fields. Right here, we're about done with the first field. Just got to get this last little bit here. Then we'll be moving on to the second field. As of right now, I'm planning on putting canola in this field. So that'll be a quick turnaround. We'll have to get the direct rail seeder filled up if it's empty, and get some fertilizer in there if it takes it, and get out here and drill this field up once we're done harvesting field 6, or maybe put the harvester on a worker and do that. Drill the field while I'm waiting for it. And that should help my environmental score on precision farming by having the field be no-till seeding, because it's better for the environmental score on precision farming to have direct drill seeders and planters, which should make it so that we make a little bit more money off of all the grain we sell, which will be a nice little boost. Let's throw on the beacons here. Steering's a little touchy. And get this thing over to our field. I believe the best way to go is going to be, yes, down this gravel path or dirt path here. Past field 1. No, I might. I probably won't. I was going to say I might think about buying this field. Oh. It's going to be rather difficult to get in there. Maybe I go around the other field. The other farm over here, past field 1. This is interesting. I wasn't expecting this to be quite so compact here. Here we go. The good part of this harvester is that it's quite narrow, so you can fit pretty easily with a truck going right by. I suppose I should look in to see how much field 1 is. I don't know how pricey the fields are on this map, I guess. I haven't really checked. Oh yeah, this is a much better way to get into this field. Probably do a few headlands and then just set a worker on it. Okay. Now with the tractor. Nearly there. Yeah, so as I said, I think I will just do a couple headlands here with the harvester and run back and get the direct drill seeder hooked up to this John Deere here. It's 4755, is it? Let's see, we'll pull this forward a little bit so the trailer's out of the way. Might as well just drop that off here and go get the seeder now. That should ensure we get a lot done today. And yeah, as I said, if field 1 is cheap enough, I might consider buying it. Let's just check that now. Okay, field 1. 192,000, so that's probably a bit too much, I would say. Just just a little bit high. I don't want to take out a loan, so I think we'll just work with the fields we've got now. And as I said, I want to plan to put canola in this field here. We'll drill that this month or next month if we end up getting too busy. I don't anticipate that being the case, but you never know. Let's see, and then probably cotton is what I'm thinking in field 6. That'll be planted in February time. Let's see here. Canola is what we want, and I do not seem to have any pallets anywhere. Is that right? So we're going to need, we'll just do 4,000 of that. And 4,000 liters of the fertilizer. Now where is the store? Store's down here. I'll catch back up to you guys once I get there. I suppose while we're here, it might be a good time to sell the cattle. We've got 80 head of cattle here that I'm not going to be able to take care of very well, so for the time being at least, I would like to get into them. Get into the cattle market and raise some dairy cattle, but for now, being that I only have 2 fields and no grass equipment, I'm gonna have to sell them. Don't anticipate making a lot just because they're worth 60 each. Yeah, so about $800 there. It's just one less thing to worry about for now, and once we get to be more comfortable and more settled, we can handle taking on some cattle. Much easier. Probably shouldn't go. Let's give that car some room. As much as I like this old John Deere, it is quite slow, only 20 miles an hour. Top speed, so we might have to get that upgraded here before too long, in a couple years. First order of business, I would say, for a new purchase is probably a fertilizer spreader that could do lime, because we definitely need that for the pH values in the Precision Farming DLC. Then after that, probably a planter, or maybe lease to own a planter. Let's see, where's my seed bags I just bought? I'm driving on their grass. Look at me go. Hold on a minute. Where is it? Oh, is it in the building? I am confused. I definitely bought it. Where could my bags be? Interesting. I don't suppose the map will tell me where they are? Would not appear so. Does it tell me pallets? Interesting. Oh, they're over there across the road. That makes sense. Sorry, ma'am, I'll get out of your way shortly. Let's let her. Oh, she's coming exactly where we're going. Go figure. We'll just whip it around right here. Oh man, this turning radius sucks. Nice little 3-point turn. I don't know for certain how much seed and how much fertilizer this holds. I just got 4,000 of each, because I imagine that to be enough. We will know soon enough. Looks like for the fertilizer we're going to be a little over 2,000 liters. I would imagine it's probably similar for the seeds. Oh man, am I going to make it? Nope. Let's just push these out of the way with the front there. Very good. Oh, not near as much capacity for seed. About 1,700 liters. 1,600. We'll have to come back for those bags later. But for now, I think I'll actually just leave this here. Let's turn off those hazards. And now is where we're going to end the video. So if you enjoyed it, feel free to leave a like. If you got any suggestions, feel free to leave a comment. And if you feel inclined, consider subscribing. See you guys in the next video. Peace.